Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to give you some book recommendation for this spooky season. I've got a little bit of everything in this mashup for every taste and for what you fancy the most. So if you're looking for classics, for example, what I can recommend you to read are the basics that are Frankenstein by Mary Shelley and Dracula by Bram Stoker, the Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson, The Castle of Otranto by Horace Walpole, Carmilla by Sheridan Le Fanu, and also if you're looking for something shorter that is always a classic, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow by Washington Irving. That is the story from which Tim Burton took inspiration to do the movie Sleepy Hollow, and talks about the Headless Horseman and the crimes that he perpetrated in Sleepy Hollow. If you're looking for a collection of short stories, what I can recommend you are The Bloody Chamber by Angela Carter, the short stories by Edgar Allan Poe that are very atmospheric and are in the gothic genre, and the short stories by H.P. Lovecraft that are related to cosmic horror, some sci-fi, a mashup of stuff that is really good. If you want to read something by Stephen King, instead of recommending you a novel this time, I will recommend you two collections of short stories. The first one is Night Shift, where you can find Children of the Corn, Grey Matter, One for the Road, and a lot of other good stuff. Basically, it's the one with his most famous short stories. And then I can recommend you to read Just After Sunset, that is collection from 2008, and this is really good because you can find in there The Gingerbread Girl and Willa, Mute, and there are a lot of good stories in that one as well. Now, if you just started with horror and you want something that is not very spooky but is always in the genre, you can read something by R.L. Stine, like the Goosebumps series or the Fear Street series, or as I'm reading now because it's my TBR for this month, the spin-off of Goosebumps called Horrorland. There are several books in this collection and you can pick which one you want. They're very short and you can find a little bit of everything in there. If you're looking instead for something more gruesome, something with splatter and disgusting stuff, the best choice for you is The Troop by Nick Cutter. It's a really good book and something with a modern appeal. It's a story about some Boy Scouts that are in a highland with their scoutmaster, and while they're there something weird happened. I got a review about this book if you want to look at that one. If you want instead something related to the haunted houses, The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson is the best choice for you. If you're looking for stories about other dimensions, what I can recommend you is The Hellbound Heart by Clive Barker. It's really good and it's really short, so it won't take long to read. It's really disturbing as well. So if you're looking for demons from other dimensions, Clive Barker is the master. If you're interested in something about witches, Hex by Thomas Holt Uveld is the best choice in my opinion. It's a really good book. I have got a review about that one as well. It's about a town that is cursed by a witch, but it's interesting because it introduces elements of technology. Now, if you want something that is in the documentary style that involves haunted houses, possessions, the devil, and all this stuff, the right book to pick up is The Amityville Horror by Jay Anson. If you're looking for books about possessions or the breaking of the mind, A Head Full of Ghosts by Paul Tremblay is the perfect book for you. It's a really good book. It's one of my favorite horror novels of all time. If you want something based on a real horror happening in real life, the best book that I can recommend you is Psycho by Robert Bloch. This book is based on the story of Ed Gein, that was a serial killer in the late 50s, who inspired also other stories like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Silence of the Lambs, just to mention a few. If you want something that is related to cults or the devil, Rosemary's Baby by Ira Levin is a really good one, and if you want you can check my review about that one as well. If you're interested instead in stories with mysterious entities, some stalking and things like that, Pen Pal by Dayton Auerbach is a really chilling story, and you can find the audiobook as well in YouTube if you want. And finally, if you're looking for something fun that is also horror but with a hint of humor, you can read Pride, Prejudice and Zombies by Seth Graham Smith. Is a retelling of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, and while I was reading I was really having a lot of fun because it's really good, especially if you already read Pride and Prejudice. So these are all the recommendations that I can give you for the spooky season. If you have more recommendation to give me, just put a comment down below and I will see you into the next one. Bye!